Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuridayati and I'm from Local A2, and this video is to fulfill the course literary appreciation. So in this video, I'm gonna explain what is see the world and understanding complex value, the meaning and the examples of these two things in literature. So the first thing is see the world. So what we mean see the world in literature is literature expose one of other culture, other point of view. Literature is a form of learning and endless sources of new knowledge, a better understanding of the world, new perspective, wisdom of other minds. Above all, libraries such as like school, villages, towns, and cities, or cell phones, at fraction of the cost, we have access to excellent literature covering all aspects of life and history in all areas of culture, geography, technology, and science. Uh, Literature, endless revelation, is how little we know and how much we seek enlightenment. A quick, intuitive mind will find uh, literature endlessly fascinating, entertaining, and informative. What's the alternative? What's the alternative without literature is people were mostly closed-minded and lifelong ignorance and also eternal sorrow. And then I'm gonna give the example of what is the world in literature. So it is like come from the our beloved country Indonesia itself. One of the examples I would like to take in this explanation is about the Indonesian folk tales called Timun Mas, or the golden cucumber in the English. This is one of the famous folk tales in Indonesia. In this story or in this folklore, we are able to see the world through this traditional literature that dated from Central Java, and this story featured one young brave girl called Timun Mas and a giant Buto Ijo, or a green giant. So this Timun Mas story is about uh, couples or a young, not a young, sorry, it's about like a couple and old lady who wants kid really bad, but she or they couldn't have it, so they were asking to the giant, green giant, to give them an offer, and this green giant is offering them like a golden cucumber, and then the Buddha just said, uh, if you already this cucumber already like become a golden, and they have like turning into like a baby girl or something, and then after she grow up you have to give it back to me, and then uh, this old lady or this couple agree with that, but until the demon mask is growing up, this parents won't leave the demon mask alone to the Buddha Ijo because it could be dangerous for her. And then this story is about uh, the Timun Mas that run away from the Buto Ijo, and then to the forest with like some magic stuff that Timun Mas got from her parents. And then next, I'm gonna explain about understanding the complex value in literature. What the meaning is in literature, there's one thing that cannot be separated, namely culture and time. The purpose of understanding the complex value is where we can understand and imagine what it is like to be another character, and to understand and imagine what is it like to be in literature work, or we can feel indirectly to other culture that exists in literature, and simply live with an exciting feeling because this literature uh, this literature is a complex, and literature value does not include the values expressed or implied in a text in terms of its value to civilization, a culture, a society, or a particular group of people. Each of these groups may attribute a different value to the text and use different criteria to do so. And an example that I would like to give from the understanding complex value is that an example that we can take from this things is that from the story Tangkuban Perahu, from the Indonesian legend, we can see a child who falls in love with his own mother. Uh, as we know that people in common may find this disgusting and inappropriate, but we must understand as well that the Sangkuriang's position as a child who doesn't know or don't recognize his own mother, because his mother remains young, and Sangkuriang, who has long been separated from his mother, has forgotten his own mother's face. So from this point of view, we can judge that we must understand Sangkuriang's position before making conclusion, because this legend is quite complex. So I guess that's what I can explain. I've given example from these two things in literature, and I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So that's all. Thank you so much for listening to me, and give your time and pay attention to my explanation.